SquareHammer!
Oh man, it messed up everything. Look at it. What is up, SquareHammers? What is up, YouTube? We will be talking tonight. We're going to discuss one or two of the most recent articles from GW. Most importantly, the one that they talked about the legacy factions, right? Which is pretty important. So today, got some editing to do since I had to move some things around because Peter wasn't in here. But first, tonight I have the Dwarf Slayer himself, Alex. Rah. I have the Empire Steam Tank Engineer, Andrew, right below me. And then fixing his video and everything on the right down here, I have a paladin blessed by the lady herself, Peter.
You guys coming around here somewhere.
Yeah, there he is. Look at him. Look at him walking up. Now let me get all this fixed. So
you guys hear me? You guys see me?
Yeah, we can see you fine. I had to edit some stuff, so let me just move everyone around so everyone looks good in some images.
I'm gonna need a lot of editing to make me look good.
All right, guys. That looks pretty good. Something like that. That looks great. Okay. So let's make sure the sound's coming through because the sound is always a problem. All right, here we go. What's up, Marshall? How's it going, dude? Y'all should remember Marshall. He's played Wars of Chaos at several of our events. Okay.
Okay, buddy.
So before we get started, as fantasy players, even though GW blew up the world and everything, we wanted the rules to be strong, right? And try and build something new and bring the community together. Okay? So first, let's look at the article from May 23rd. That's this one right here. It's the Old World Development Diary, the main factions revealed. So the most important part of this article, there's two. One, it says, it says 9. Where's 9 in here? There it is. Okay. So they will be focusing on these 9 core factions, all listed here as they have released that these will be the 9 they're focusing on, which is, even you can see in the map behind it, this is basically the most of the land that they're going to be worried about. So, okay. This is obviously before the Great War of Chaos by about 50, 60, 100 years, right? Maybe not even that much. But when you go down, it says, what about the other factions? It says, these legacy faction armies, free as PDFs, which is amazing. Free is good, especially from GW. That's great. But we do not plan to publish Age of Sigmar miniatures, which makes sense because, one, some of them are very outlandish. Like if you're thinking High Elves, how are they going to make that big cow minotaur thing part of their rules? Okay.
Their bows don't work either.
Yes.
Mechanically, I hate it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they have like 3 things at the top. There's no way for a bow to tension on a string when it has like 3 different things to hook to.
Oh,
magic.
Magic elves.
Fucking pointy ear bullshit.
Well, yes. Okay, so now it says, except for the ones obviously that were part of the game during the final edition of What's Up, Square-Based? If y'all don't know Square-Based, they have an awesome channel. They do podcasts and vlogs just like this, but with a little higher tech. You know, it looks cleaner than ours. So definitely go check them out. They're very popular. Okay, so except for those that were part of the game during 8th edition or the End Times. Okay, so they're not going to update Age of Sigmar models to fantasy. Great. But then when you look at today's article, the Old World Almanac Designer Roundtable of the Past and Future. Now, I read most of this, but there is one that is very important. There's one statement that's very important, and a lot of people were surprised on. Yes, we know if they were going to come out as PDFs, they wouldn't get as much, I guess, work on, just to keep up. But, anyone remember where it is? I think it's a little bit further.
It's about halfway down.
Thank you. What about the legacy factions? So obviously, I'm going to read this, and then I want y'all to just dive in. Okay? So I'll start right here. These legacy factions will, however, get free downloadable army lists so people can try out the new system using their older model collections. Great, because GW said, we want you to be able to use your old models. Great. All right. More about in this coming weeks, though please note they will not be considered legal for tournaments and won't receive ongoing support. This part is not a big deal because it's the TO's decision. Like when I'm running events, these factions right below, they're going to be legal for tournaments. I don't care if GW says they're not legal. I assume that's just at GW legal spots. Everyone in agreement here, right?
I want to bring my Ratman.
Yeah, you want to bring your Skaven? Oh, what's up? What's up, Alex?
All right. So if you look at how they've done Legends in 40K, yes, technically it's up to the TO to decide, but you end up with a completely uncompetitive thing. So if you go to a tournament compete, you're going to show up with lizards who, haven't had a balance pass for their magic. Maybe it's too strong. Maybe it's way too weak.
Okay.
So
do you think that someone
can play them casually, but if you take them to a tournament, you're like, oh, well, I'm a Lizards player. We talk about our Mike. Like, he's a Lizards guy. So he's going to show up and like, well, he's either just going to stomp everyone or be left in the dust as more and more books come out, more magic items, more spells and lores, and it's just going to leave those people feeling bad.
The codex creep, basically, from the original
pretty much
release.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, 10th edition 40K, you have Legends guys who, they might have been playable at the beginning. You can, play your Legends characters, cool. But you go to a tournament with that, and you're like, all right, well, my 150-point Legend character is the equivalent of a 70-point thing.
Well, do you think that they shouldn't be able to bring their army at all? Like, I'd rather them be able to play it.
I think they should be able to play it. I think it's going to make people feel really bad, though.
Okay. Boo, hiss. What do you have?
Well, I mean, maybe they'll update it. Like, how like early Age of Sigmar, like everything was kind of messed up, and they kind of turned around like, oh, maybe we should have points values for a competitive game.
Hey, I hope. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I've never played Age of
saw
Sigmar
the first article.
But...
Well, I mean, well, for like the Skaven too. I mean, the Skaven didn't have an 8th edition codex too, so like that makes me a little concerned because that was for me as a Skaven player to hear this is kind of discouraging because like I'm starting to have like PTSD like memory of like, oh no, am I gonna have to have another 35-page errata and FAQ to like make this work and like scrap like that was.
Hey, at least it's a PDF now. Download the new version.
So we've established that some people are okay with them being in tournaments, these legacy factions, and some think it's not great, right?
I'm okay with them being in it. I think if they're in it,
they're going to have feels bad moments, right?
It's not going to be a great experience for everyone.
We'll see. I'm under the assumption that at least the initial PDFs will be just as balanced as well as GW can as the other factions, right? They might not give them all the books and print all this, but I assume that they will at least make the rule set balanced in comparison to the actual one of the 9 core factions, because that would be ludicrous. So now this is the most important part of this statement, and won't receive ongoing support, which is exactly what Andrew just touched in, where if you remember after 6th edition, Bretonnia, Beastmen, and Skaven, none of them, actually I think Beastmen got a 7th edition codex, but none of them got updated to 8th edition. So you were using very outdated rules for a new system.
Scorch was the best spell in the game.
It was amazing. Now, Peter loved Bretonnia in 8th edition because you could like throw so many paladins in there and they'd be on the front rank, and you'd have to swing at characters, which is understandable.
Better than people gave him credit for. I mean, I agree. People actually won GTs with Bretts, so it's
The issue is we all knew that it would be all based on these 9 factions and these are PDFs, great. But you would still expect them, maybe not release any new miniatures, that's fine. But at least keep the books updated or PDFs updated, or release FAQ if there's been a lot of questions. Does this mean they won't receive that? I'm trying not to be half full or half empty. I'm just trying to, you want to get everyone's perception of it, because obviously English is very, you know, a lot can be lost in translation. But when you read this and they post this right before pre-order day, that seems
we're
like
T-minus like 3 hours away East
yeah,
Coast time, right?
it seems like a terrible, terrible marketing decision to say, hey, these 7 armies, you're not going to be able to play them in tournaments, and they won't get any extra support other than their initial PDF.
Yeah,
like
release
what?
Release this on the 7th, at least until the pre-order's clear, right? At least let us like blow
Or-
each other up
yeah,
on the
or
computer
Just
website.
don't say it.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even make sense to me. Like demons, like
Well, demons I get because
It
they
has
just
to do
destroyed
with the
somebody.
stability of the chaos isn't as
it's not a big
volatile right
incursion
now.
right now, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
fair enough.
They want to sell demon models because you can use them in 40K and in this and in Sigmar.
Yeah.
Right.
Why
But
would
what-
you say, oh yeah, you can't use the demons in this?
Well, and let's think too, like this is the initial release, right? Let's glass half full this, right? When they say like the initial support, right? Like we have the geography, which is Bretonia, a little bit of Empire, border princes, like that kind of area, I guess, left and down the old world.
Mhm.
The events of the Great Chaos War, like that, like the climactic battle of that is the Siege of Kislev. So what's up there? That's where you're going to get your Chaos Demons. That's where you're going to get some dedicated Kislev stuff. That's where, hey, Hell Pit's up that way, Skaven. A lot of those factions that aren't named, maybe that's just part of what comes in phase 2. Because I could see them doing this, like, kind of, you have these sort of blocks of time, and like edition 1 of the old world is this faction. Almost kind of like how Total War did it, if you think about it. Like, Total War 1 was what? Just the Empire, orcs and goblins, dwarves, vampire cows. Like, there was a limited set number of factions, right?
It's basically the old world that the map they're using now.
Realm, or the unlimited realms, or whatever, like the big campaign is. That's what we're expecting on day 1. I think it's probably going to be Total War 1 as a comparison, right?
Sure.
At least that's what I'm hoping for.
No, that's
So I
Go
got
ahead,
2 comments on that, because that is what I was hoping for when I read the first article back in March too. Like, it's like, okay, well, these are the legacy ones. Maybe there'll be a Lustria book that'll bring in lizard men's or something. They had way back 2-3 years ago, whatever it was, they had like teased Kislev and Cafe to tie in with Total War 3. And hey, yeah, maybe we go up to the Siege of Kislev and we get Kislev in there and we get demons.
Get Magnus, the Emperor.
Right. But my problem now after today is there's that next sentence that Blue's about to read. If you want to come from this long-term journey with us, these factions are the ones to collect and play, and we want to be pretty clear about that.
right. It's
So
basically
that
saying, hey,
says, like, you guys are screwed.
you can play these factions, and Square-based in the chat makes a great point, how a whole bunch of armies have just been refreshed. And I know people locally and like worldwide have just bought a whole bunch of these 7 armies, getting them ready for the old world. So as Squarebase says, Lizardmen get basically an entire full refresh. Like, beautiful models. They look great.
They're amazing.
They look great. Ogre's got new Yetis, which is hilarious. Skaven in the 4.0 box. Vampires get fully refreshed. All these brand new vampire models and all the new skeletons. Demons are fully refreshed. Well, mostly. But then they say that you're not going to be able to use these. So it disheartens all those players.
They're not going to be supported. You can still use them.
Yes. Okay. Yes, you can still use them. But when you're not getting supported, before you even release the game, people are already like, what the hell? Like, I was expecting a PDF that, sure, eventually I'd get something, maybe no models, but at least keep me up to date rules wise. So
yeah, you can change the points values and stuff.
Yeah, like just change the points around.
Yeah,
for a year at least, you know.
I completely.
This is going back to my long-term conspiracy theory that I've said as a joke several times. GW does not want the game to succeed. They just want to say, "Hey, we gave you back fantasy and it failed again."
I mean, it could be a cash grab. Like, I never wanted to go into this thinking this was a cash grab, because even though GW blew up the world, there's still fantasy lovers that work at GW. So they don't want to disappoint. There's probably maybe people on the board or what have you that used to play Warhammer Fantasy. So they want the game to at least be successful, but success to them clearly is going to look different than success to us. Like, we want all the factions to be back. Yes, it doesn't have to start immediately because based on the story, clearly the focus is not on like Lustria and the Americas of the world, you know, because that's why Dark Elves are out, Lizardmen and Skaven, because they're all on the other side of the ocean. But for vampire accounts to be right there, maybe they're grow back because they're all like hiding in their castles because the Empire just beat their faces in, all the Karsteins. Yeah. But Skaven is all over the place, so I'm a little surprised.
They just had the big Skaven Civil War.
Isn't it still ongoing at this point? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've decimated. There was that big thing where like half of Skaven Blight collapsed, and then the Horned Rat had to come and make everybody touch the pillar, and that's how they got the Council of 13. I think that's about to happen, or has just happened. They're in a Skaven are a hot mess right now.
There are no Ratmen in the sewers of Nuln.
I completely agree. I don't know who is it. Val? Which one's talking from Square Based? I don't know who is it. Rob, maybe? One of the two. Either way, I completely agree. What'd you say? This is what he said. But clearly these bozos at GW have no idea how much demand there is. Everything is blown out already. Yeah, like there are big major big major stores that can't get Old World boxes because they're already spoken for. Like, it's going to be hard to get these boxes. So if you're going to pre-order, I would message your stores right now. Get on your phone and message them. Keep us up, obviously, but message them saying you want a book, you want the Arcane journals. You know what I mean? Because my local game store, at least the closest one, is only able to get 10 of each box. Those things are already spoken for easily. I'm not getting them, right? But they are already spoken for, hands down. So you need to get on your shit and message your LGS ASAP because they're going to be gone. Not even by bots, just the amount of people that are going to buy like 4 boxes. I'm telling you, you need to get on it.
You buy 4 Britannia boxes, you have like all the knights. Like
that's all you need.
It's great.
Like you can convert all sorts of stuff with that, and you can make any single knight you want with 8 boxes of knights.
So I want to go back for a second to that article because not to be a complete doom and gloom guy, I think you're right. I think there is a lot of passion for this game in GW. Just like looking at how they're like different generations of fantasy players going to the archives looking for stuff. I want to see what this unreleased Britannia model they have is. I have no idea what could be. Maybe Pete knows, but
wait, what did you say?
Yeah, in the article, they found an unreleased Britannia model.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like I want to see what that is.
Let's see. Unreleased.
It's post 25 of the Mounted Yeoman. 25 of 26.
Is it
mean, you were the one who pointed out those like the 4th edition Yeoman, right?
Are they 4th? Are they 4th or 5th?
They might have been a little bit before 5th because I looked through one of those like who's the guy who has that cool website stuff
Legends.
Yeah. He has like you can go and you can find like all the poses in the old like GW catalog.
Okay.
And there's some of the Brett stuff's been around for forever.
Yes.
Yeah, they say there's one Britannia model coming out that had been designed decades ago and never released. So
that means I wonder which one that is.
The Enchantress Frog variant A.
Paladin with a baguette.
Any questions? What do y'all like? Okay, so that just flabbergasted me. So I had lunch with a couple buddies, and one of them was talking about, oh yeah, he's putting Warriors of Chaos on 30s because he's expecting on 30s. We're talking about base sizes too. Some of the base sizes do not make freaking sense. For example, how the hell is a Slan going to be on a 50 millimeter base, but the Lizardmen Saurus Warriors go on 30s?
It's Legacy Army, it doesn't matter.
You know what? That's probably
or they make Slan not be able to join units.
Why would a Slan not be able to join Temple Guard?
That makes
that'd be ridiculous.
Lore violation.
Who knows?
Lore foul.
Maybe it's near a Temple Guard unit. It can't be shot or something. I don't know. But
have we seen anything that says for sure that the 25 mil, anything on 25 mil infantry is going up to 30?
The only thing that was released here, I'll pull it up. So I have them right here. I don't need to refresh. Okay, so here are. This was from the. Do I need to pull it down? That's okay. That's what we're gonna do. This is from a post on. Basically, someone just screenshot what they posted. This is GW. This isn't me spoiling anything. So even regular night goblins are on 25s. So that means 20s are gone, right? Basically, if a night goblin's on a 25, they're gone. You can see orcs.
So small.
I know. Like there's gonna be a lot of room on the bases, but regular orcs are on 30s. So basically, you can assume that anything that was on 20s is going to 25s, and everything on 25s is going to 30s. You can see trolls are still on 40s. Spider riders and wolf riders are on the small ones. Do they have boars? Boar chariots are still 50. Spiders are still the same size. But basically, anything that was on 25s looks like it's going up to 30s. So I should be able to. Bullies. Like even Noblars are on 25s, so the 20s are gone. And that you can. I talked about this in the last live thing where they actually showed all the bases. There was no 25 or no 20 there, so everything's going up. But if you go to Slan, can y'all see Slan? Slan is on 50s, and all SARS are on 30s. So
that makes no sense.
It's weird, right? And then Croxagores are on 40s, and Skinks are on 25s. Are Croxagores still going to be go into the unit? Like, obviously, it wasn't very popular because it wasn't the best, but you used to be able to put Croxagores in Skink units.
The cohort?
Yeah, the cohort. Yeah. Yep, we know 20s are dead. Gores and Marauders stayed on 25s. Really? Are you sure? Let's check. Dwarves. I think they also talk about the Shield Bearer is a 50 by 50.
Yep.
Makes sense.
So do I get 4 dwarves to hold it now?
Yeah, I think so.
Do I get 4 wounds?
No.
Damn it.
4, 10 wounds.
Everything
10
goes
wound
up.
lord. Let me go.
So there was something else, like a reliquary. That's fine. Reliquary, whatever. Skaven. I assume most people have seen this. I assume all of y'all have seen this.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen
Weapons
this?
teams are on 25 bucks. Okay, that's always how it's done.
Yeah, I can't see
Val,
your screen right now. So
Val, where did you say that all the factions were play tested together? Oh, B Square Base. No, B SquareHammer. Nice name, by the way. Someone was like, "Hey, dude, someone made a podcast and they were like tried to steal your name." I'm like, "What?" I don't really care. Hey, man, y'all are doing great, killing it. Keep it up. What's up, Mike? What'd you say? Money is the only thing that matters. It seems strange that they would invest money to internationally make it fail. They could stimulate cleaning old kits, selling old. Yeah, right. So what I'm curious on is why they would do it right before pre-order day. It's nice.
I think it's an oversight. That's got to be.
It's nice that they're being honest, right? If they're like, hey, guys, don't buy these Age of Sigmar models because you can't use them for the old world. Like, if they're being honest, I'm okay with that. But you should have been honest months ago or a year ago, because a ton of people have bought hundreds of thousands worth of internationally Age of Sigmar models ready to base them for the old world. So a lot of people just get disheartened, and I've seen people like, hey, I'm out. Like, that just killed the game for me, because you're getting rid of like 44% of the factions are legacy. That sucks. So if you go to a tournament with like 60 people and there's only 9 factions you can play, that sounds awful. You're going to play this
matches that we're going to see.
Yeah, you don't want to. It's trash. You don't want that at all.
Hey, no. Squarebase, you are based in Square Pilled, which is just even better.
What'd you
say?
They
said it's a play on words. They're based. I get it.
Yes.
I get it, guys.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. I'm glad you put that together, Andrew. You're genius. Message retracted. What'd you say, Keeley? Go ahead and say it. It's fine, man. I don't care. Likely more than right. More than 40% of the players, or let's see.
I mean, Two of my 3 armies are now Legacy armies. Like my lizards and my vampires are just like, hey, well, not a lot of motivation to work on those anymore.
Yeah, doesn't that just feels bad? It's like,
yeah, it sucks.
What are you supposed to do?
I guess buy more Slayers.
Like one of my best buddies bought Lizardmen. He probably spent $1,000 on Lizardmen. He's all putting them on square bases, and he sees this and he's like, well, I guess I'm converting them to Tau or something, or I'm gonna make them for Age of Sigmar. I was like, no, like just them saying this, and I don't know. Does anyone know this Rob guy? Do you know who he is? Is he?
That's Designers Roundtable. So
which Rob guy? Oh, that Rob guy?
I don't know. Does anyone know this Rob guy? Does he post other things? Yeah, right. Look at Dead 1701. He says my 350 skeletons will remain unpainted. That sucks. Like for him and for the community that he would have played with. It's just
use them as Tomb Kings.
You could easily use them as
what if he doesn't like the Egyptian?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it's his round shield instead of a square shield. It's like
he's not like, down with the
Kopesh.
Kopeshers are awesome. How dare you?
If you really wanted to play, you would just run them as something else.
Well, I think here's the other thing too. As a community,
Egypt is
we're a pretty resourceful bunch. So
sure.
Whatever ends up happening, and I mean, every tournament has a packet. The fact that GW isn't going to give official support to that, that's okay, right? Like Blue, and if the PDFs come out and one of the unsupported factions is completely ridiculously broken, or for better or for worse, right? There can be comps applied to it. Like it's going to fall on the TOs to know their communities and know the people that are going to come to their events, and then to make it be what people want to be.
Okay, so this is what I completely agree. It will be on the TOs and the community to like work through problems that the book has or PDF has. What I don't like is some people won't like that because they weren't even playing older editions. They weren't playing Warhammer's Armies Project or Kings of War, Conquest, all that other stuff. They're like not subservient to GW, but they will only play it if it's from GW. So people will push back against that because they only want GW rules. They don't want all this cherry picking. It's just like when 40K 10th edition came out and they started saying Eldar can't use this or ban Eldar completely. They don't like that because then they think it's like ITC rules or ETC, whatever the names are.
Yeah.
All those use different rule sets. They don't use pure GW. They edit things here or there. They go their own route. Some people don't like playing those systems because it feels like they're giving favoritism to the armies that community owns. So I understand what you're saying, and I think that's the only way to do it. Yeah. And we can talk about the battle reports too. Does anyone have anything else to add on this?
So I have two things. One,
to
that last point, I do think that fantasy as a community, if it stays to the players, a lot of those returning players, I think fantasy has been very good at self-balancing. Like back during 8th edition, where Tomb Kings got to bring 400 extra points because they suck so much. Just stuff like that. I think the older fantasy community, if it does return, at least had a tradition of being better about that than the 40K community. The other thing I want to mention about bases, War Machines have base sizes, which I haven't seen called out very many places because those used to be optional. And now, my flame cannon's on a 50 by 100, I think.
You might not even get to use the flame cannon because maybe the technology's not there. Oh, was
that has implications, man. That's interesting. Yeah, because now I'm going to start. Now that cannons work the way they're supposed to, I'm going to be laser beaming everything.
Yeah. Have they talked about cannons yet?
They haven't. I'm just hoping. I'm just pretending.
Now that they work the way they're supposed to, that I'm completely making up.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that it's not going to be how it was in Armies Project, where it scatters and then whatever. Like, even if you have to guess the range on the artillery, like as long as the cannonball goes where I want to go, I can make that work, right?
So flame cannon 50 by 75, organ
Yep.
50 by 50, cannon 50 by 50. So I mean that's a big deal, and I haven't seen.
That's a little cannon on a big base. Dwarf cannon.
Hey.
It's cold outside. Leave me alone.
That chode cannon, man. It's no joke.
It's not a great cannon, okay? We're not compensating.
I want to see
Golden
someone
Mountain.
the crew is as close together as possible on it, and like just a tiny cannon, so it takes up so little space.
Actually, that's the thing. Do crew need their own bases, or are they on the base?
That's a good question.
Are they just wound counters like they were in 8 in Armies Project?
Or they're gonna be able to go and man the other war machine.
Yeah.
Now that was
all crew
cool.
killed.
That was older editions.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That
I
was
like that a lot.
awesome.
That was cool. You kill the cannon, the crew just like hustle over to the other one and hop on it.
Screw this cannon.
Is there any other unit that goes? What about our dark elves here? What about the
Dork elves.
No, what's the dork elves? What's the name of the? I can't believe I forgot it.
Reaper bolt thrower.
No, the one that goes in the unit with the witch elves or
The
Cauldron.
Oh, the Cauldron of Blood.
Cauldron. Are dark elves here? Skaven,
Legacy.
Chosen, Orcs.
Legacy Army doesn't matter.
I don't even see them on these lists. High
It's
elves.
the new skill issue. Legacy Army.
Oh gosh. I don't see them. Weird.
I
Are
did
there
catch
any other
something.
like shrine things?
That's what I'm looking for. Shrine type stuff.
Well, I read.
Well, I guess
somewhere
the Relic
that,
Cake is
the
kinda like
Luminarch
that.
and the
That
Celestial
fits
Arcanum aren't going to be around, which that's a bummer.
Yeah, I read that too.
Although the Steam tanks are going to be around, which yay! Okay, good.
All right, someone in chat saying Cauldron didn't join before 8th edition. So
I don't even. Oh, really? Okay. I don't even see it. Wait, what'd you say? The Cauldron didn't? Oh, join units?
yeah.
Really?
Pretty
I have
sure.
the old pewter one that's like it's very small, and this guy's like holding a heart and a knife like straight down. I didn't realize that was that late.
That's a good one. I like that model.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm
Not
just
chunky,
pumped that
but-
the models are coming back in metal.
Okay. I
I'm
don't
so
see it.
excited.
So much. You should have
you could put
steering
that
wheel
in
in
a
between.
stock, and you could knock somebody out with that old
Makes
Cauldron
sense.
of Blood model.
Ooh, sorry for
Strength of user plus
going
one.
Crazy.
I
Okay, so I think
Bouncy.
we covered the legacy stuff. Is there anything else? Do y'all have anything to say in the chat? Speaking of dark elves, dark elf magician is good for a trap deck. Okay. Marshall, what'd you say? I hear a lot of people are playing
Yeah, you
multiple
good, Joe?
games, WoW, the Old World 6, 8th, etc. So these factions aren't completely dead in the grand scheme of the hobby. However, half the armies are legacy. Yeah, exactly. So if someone wants to play a 6th edition, 8th edition, 3rd edition, 4th, 5th, whatever, I'll play them. I don't care what army you bring. But
Amen.
but they're dead for the right. But they're dead for the old world. So what does that mean for like? People have been talking about how they don't want to play tournaments. So I posted, this stupid like what the fantasy with this image right here. And people say you shouldn't be going to tournaments, blah blah blah. I get that, but the tournaments that we try and run in this community are not tryhards. It's not about crushing your opponent every game. It's fun to do, don't get me wrong, but that is not the main point of this. It's to build the hobby, get some costumes. I want people like Renaissance Man is, when I run an event, Renaissance Man is the champion. You have the best costumes, sportsmanship, display board, best painted. You're like top overall of everything. You could even lose a game like at Nova. Who won Renaissance Man at Nova? Mac.
Right?
Yeah, Mac.
Yeah.
He lost his last game, so he went 4-1, but he got Renaissance Man. So, like, I don't know if y'all saw me hand out the trophies, but he was like, "What?" So he was shocked because, in my opinion, that
I
is.
dressed up in green paint for this.
Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. The theme list or cool edition. Yeah, I hope in the Arcane journals there's some cool themed events.
I need the Dwarf Journal to have a Slayer army. I'm gonna be so sad.
They might.
Did no Slayers. Yeah, Yeats over shoulder. Done.
Hey, I might even be still able to bring Ungram in
That's
Dwarf Old.
Well, that's interesting too. Like, how many of the are dwarves like flat out immortal, or are they just like super? Like, how did that work?
I don't think they're immortal. I'd have to look at
Yeah,
their
immortal.
age, but
No.
they live a while.
I assume they
The
live the
elves
same
aren't even
amount.
immortal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I assume they live the amount that's in like I I assume they like D&D. I think dwarves are like 200 to 400 years, if I remember right. That's like
something like that. Yeah,
something like that. So let's say 300 years on average.
So
what
like
else?
the guys we know in 8th edition, like the dwarf characters would just be, they'd be like little baby at this point. Would they be like baby dwarfs or?
Well,
I mean, so this is 400 before end times?
500, I thought.
No, it's like 300. I think it's 300. I think the end times was like close to 2600, and this is the year 2276, right?
Let's Google this real quick.
Yeah. Let's check.
So Ungram,
I
the
completely
only
agree.
dwarf king that matters.
Or the aristocrat. I'll call you the aristocrat.
Thorgrim's in the Great War. Okay.
Yeah, right. Look at Seprander. He said he's at the tail end of painting 2,000 points of Dark Elves, and he says they hope they reverse the course. So this is what I don't. One, we already said we don't know why they put this out the day before pre-order. It makes no sense. I prefer, but someone had to approve this article and that statement, right? They read through this dozens of times, hopefully, to make sure everything's it's legit, whatever. I would have preferred they just kept an open mind, and if the old world sells really well and they get good feedback, they just begin to give those PDF armies support. Like, why be so blatant and say, you won't get support? We're done with you.
Well,
it just makes sense.
And even just before even we hopped on, like the internet's on fire. There are some angry people right now. So like
people are,
I think we're gonna see another comment coming soon from GW.
To like revise? You think they're gonna revise it?
I think they'll clarify.
Okay. Juice the rage.
Yeah. So I just went to Ungram's wiki real quick.
Okay.
I had it bookmarked. He became the Slayer King after the Great War against Chaos.
Okay, so what is he before?
He's just a regular king?
Is he just a regular, like a giant slayer at this point?
He's a giant slayer. Like he shows up to them picking a Slayer King with a giant head.
Okay, so he has about 50 to like 100 years, I guess, until he becomes the Slayer King, which comes right at basically, right at the end. You said beginning, before or after the Great War Chaos?
It says after the Great War Chaos.
After. Okay, so what about Thorgrim? What's he doing right now? Because he's not the High King.
I don't care about Thorgrim.
Oh, that's going in the book. Did y'all hear that? Alex said he doesn't care about the Thorgrim. How do you not care? He's still your king. I guess Slayer King.
I'm also noticing they missed a period at the end of that last paragraph there.
Unacceptable.
So, what does that have to do with anything?
No,
I forget which article, and maybe you were talking about this on one of the other videos, Blue. I think you read it. How like how different do you think the feel of the factions are going to be with this being so far in advance? Like I think it might have been something you were doing, Blue, or it might have been an article I read where they were talking about how like the Empire isn't like as superstitious or as like fearful, and like there's not as many like people flagellants in the street. Yeah, they're less superstitious now, and
that's because like stuff is like Skaven's not really a big part. Demons aren't a big part of the world. It's basically if you're thinking in this world like Earth, if 1,000 years from now people will be like, oh, that never really existed, or like that kind of stuff. So stuff is fading into myth and legend.
Sure, there's rat men. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So Dupree, who are you, Dupree? Dupree just goes, my dad works for GW. He said that I think you said that there is going to be a huge drop next Friday. Stay tuned. A drop of what? You can't throw that out there and then just stay tuned. It's okay. No one's watching. There's probably like maybe 30 people watching. We won't tell anybody.
Isn't Dupree the guy you used to start this channel with from Australia?
No,
or
that was Renee.
Renee. Okay.
There's two of them, and I'm blanking. You blank so hard when you start doing live stuff.
That's Crocodile Dundee.
Dundee.
All right, so Thorgrim also became High King after the Great War against Chaos.
Okay, so what is he now? Just a Thane?
He's just a Thane. Yeah.
Okay.
He's the High King's son, or actually High King's nephew.
Right. Okay.
At this point, so.
So they're from the Renaissance to the Dark Ages. Yeah, because they got smacked around for a while. Did you see what Michael said? He said, this dude's dad's going to get a letter. Cease and
It's
desist.
going in the book.
What kind of, Dupree, what kind of pics are you looking for from the Lady of the Lake? You put pics in quotations. So that leads me to believe you're looking for some naughty pics.
He wants to see some elf feet.
Bro, just go to like AI, like Chat GPT, and like have AI make some for you. I'm sure you can do that.
Enchantress feet.
I hope the elf feet are better than the enchantress feet, though.
Wait, are the Fays the new one? Are they bad? Is it bad?
The one who's on the unicorn?
Are they?
He's got club feet.
Does she really?
At least that's how they painted it.
Her face is like so well sculpted. It's like
it's a beautiful model
awesome.
until you get to her feet.
A deal breaker for me.
Yeah, well, just have she can wear socks, okay?
Might as well be playing a legacy faction at that point.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Like, look at it. Oh god, those little toes are just...
Well, now I feel like I have to pull this up myself. Hold on. What am I looking up?
Here, I'm gonna put it in our chat.
Fae Enchantress feet pics.
There you go.
Enchantress feet pics. I hope that finds something.
At least 2 shards, but only fans.
Hold on. No, see, look, this is what happens when you pull up. Y'all see this? This is like
I gave you the Warhammer community.
That's not Fae Enchantress. That's just Enchantress. Yeah.
Go into the Zoom chat.
That's funny. That looks so out of focus. Yeah, I know, but in the Zoom chat, when I click chat, it's gonna mess up everything. Watch.
I clicked on a link and it opened up.
I like how you have celebrityfeet.com.
That confused me.
Right there, Blue.
No, I
nice bookmark.
I don't have a. Where's the bookmark? There is no bookmark. Get out of here.
Zoom in.
No. Okay,
no.
bottom of your pictures there. Celebrityfeet.com.
Wait, this?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't. I
think he typed. He was typing in.
No. I searched Enchantress feet
pics.
pics.
Up and to the left from where you're.
All right, so here we go.
It's also delayed.
Do they zoom in on her feet? Where do they zoom? Oh, right here. This one.
The one
What's wrong with this picture?
Look at those little toes.
What do you mean?
They
look fine.
Maybe it's just the angle, because if you scroll up to like the big picture of her.
Oh, this one. Oh, yeah, it's this like mound. Yes.
She's got a club.
This is now a Warhammer feet podcast. Yeah, you know what?
We got some vintage feet pics down below.
For toes.
Yeah, so you just give her a boot. Why is she not wearing any shoes anyways? I think this is a beautiful model. I don't care what.
We're talking about the horse, right?
Really gorgeous. But...
Yeah, we're talking about the horse. I think it's a beautiful model.
I need more orc cheerleaders.
Okay.
Come on, let's give them rules again.
I don't think we need to talk about this. Arcane Journal, it's going to have lore, some cool pictures, some cool art. It'll have special items in there. It'll have Armies of Legacy, which I think there's like the Royal Court and then the Mortuary Cults.
So there will not be Arcane Journal additional supplements that will go and augment the Ravaging Hordes for any of the Legacy armies then?
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah. So basically means no special characters, no special magic items, no Armies of Legacy, nothing for those 7 armies. That's what that seems like, which kind of sucks, to be honest.
For the Bertuzzo run, I have to see what they do for Musilion.
It's weird that they're making their own unit fillers. I've never seen GW do that before.
I did that now, yeah.
That looks
the
great.
Unit,
looks cool.
Though I would love for it to get more themed. Like unit fillers are sweet. Like
I agree. Some people hate them. Some people like, oh no, they look stupid.
So I can point out single thing that's in that unit filler. I think that's like the chest from.
Of course you can.
Chest. I know the wheels. I've got the wheels. I got that chest. I've got all little weapons on there.
Wait, you have that chest? That chest is large. Where's that chest from?
That is I've
Alex.
got one of them.
Are you sure? That one's like the length of a shield for.
That looks like a 25 by 50.
That's a big shield.
It's a GW chest.
Wait, what is this plague furnace? Oh, it's all source. So they're taking. They're
Legacy
taking
Army.
stuff from the Legacy furnace.
Platform.
He said OBR AOS kit. What's OBR? Oryx?
Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
Oh, the Bone Reapers? That's the chest? It's probably in here if I
They
would just
put the
read this.
they put the
I
souls
don't know.
in there.
I think
I
it's
guess.
from an Empire kit or something. Maybe like the
no,
the
that's from this.
Celestial Hurricanum or something.
Could be.
Or maybe it's from like the newer plastic Hellblaster.
Might be.
I like unit fillers as long as they're not too large. So if you have a 5 by 5 unit, if you have no more than like 2 by 2, maybe 3 by 2, you don't want to be like 6 wide. You don't want to take up like a
No.
whole rank or anything like that.
The entire middle of the unit.
Yeah, the entire thing except the front 5. No, but anything that's like 4 to 8 model size, I think that's perfect. Okay, we covered that. We covered her feet. That's great.
We didn't cover her feet. That was the whole conundrum.
No, we see the feet. The feet,
They're uncovered.
they look weird. Oh, gosh. Dad jokes. Dads. Okay. Let's
It's
see.
a beautiful model, though.
What's up, Botanic? Who else is here? Oh, that just like went crazy.
Oh, Botanic Sanic.
What's everyone doing, huh?
I think it's my buddy.
My dark elves will make great fillers.
We need some dwarf feet.
It's
No, that's Mike.
Pull up that halfway.
That's Mike from my store, Dream Wizards. Hey, Mike.
All right, let's move you over a little bit. There you go. Let's get you in here. All right. Can I shrink this? All right. What do y'all want to talk about? Y'all haven't been on in a while. I've done a couple by myself.
How about the battle report?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about the battle report? Hold on, let's do this. Can I make this full screen? That'd be nice.
I liked what I saw.
Which one? The GW one?
Whatever the one that's like free on YouTube now. The 1250 point. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, which was a bummer, but like I watched about half of it, and like I was just sitting there like Saturday morning cartoon, like little kid, just like, yeah, it's back. Like I was excited.
Cool. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
They have
cool
great
the old
production.
Warhammer houses too. Like just the terrain, like it's just like nostalgia overload. Just like, yeah.
It seems like you were just getting showered. Do that again.
Just basking in the glory of the nostalgia.
Now, did you watch? So they posted one. I think it was yesterday for their Patreon or on Warhammer Plus, and then they released it today. But also, Mini Wargaming released theirs today, and theirs is about 2.5 hours of play, and they even talked about more rules than the GW one. So I would go watch that if you haven't watched the Mini Wargaming one. I watched most of it. I think I skipped through a couple parts, but I watched about maybe an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours of it. It was good to see. I think they did the narrative scenario. Hold on, I can pull that up. We can talk about that. Where's that narrative scenario? It's not this one. That's the old one. I think it's this one. Hey, look, it's right here.
That was actually the first GW battle report that I liked. Not just
the one that was on the Warhammer TV that they put on YouTube.
I usually can't watch them; they're just painful. But that one is actually pretty fun.
The GW one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That was the only one I've watched in forever.
Hey, how do you get rid of these two on the left? I know there's a button to get rid of these two. I just want to see the page itself and not that. Maybe I can do this. Hold on. Hey, look at that. But I want to make this bigger for everyone else. There we go. And then I can go. Oh, technology.
Oh, I can read it.
Yes, so there you go. Okay. Maybe I'll make it a little smaller. Okay, so this is a narrative battle. This is the battle that Mini Wargaming plays. They probably post this up and they talk about it. Basically, this battle, man, I can't even read it on mine. The Battle of Maitoria, whatever, was fought between the army of Bretonnian exiles led by Cecil Gaston, the Worm Slayer, and the Undying Legions of Tomb Kings of Kemery, commanded by Cetra. Sorry. So basically, you can see based on the deployment, Bretonnia is defending. I cannot see it, I guess. Like a big position, basically like a big rock, a big hill, and they have, I guess, 12 inches forward, and then the Tomb Kings you can't deploy on the edges. That is because in this scenario, the Bretonnians are waiting and defending, hoping that the reinforcements will arrive on time to relieve them. So I think the Tomb King starts at 3,000 points.
Yeah,
Is that right? It's not letting me read it very well.
it is.
Oh, it says the defender must spend between 25 and 33% of their points values on an allied contingent to be the rescue force. Okay. Or read it. If you can read it better, it's not letting me see it very well.
Yeah, so the attacker gets 3,000 of the Khemri Grand Army from the Ravening Hordes, and then the main force for the defender is 1,750 of Bretonnian Exiles Army of Infamy.
Okay.
And the rescue force is 1,250 of the Errantry Crusade, which has to have a Bretonnian Duke on Royal Pegasus and Lady Elise Duchard and her OnlyFans.
Okay. Interesting. So it's basically run what's in the box.
Yeah, with Lady on Unicorn, pretty much.
Okay.
Trademarked.
Now the battle report was cool. I didn't actually watch the end of it, so I'll probably do that after this. It looked interesting. Some of the rules they had, I do like that a lot of fast cav with bows can actually skirmish. So Tomb King skeletal horse archers can skirmish. So can mounted yeomen. That's amazing. And one of their best attributes is they move, shoot, move. So
that reserve movement thing at the end.
I saw that. That's
awesome.
Crazy good.
That's really
that's pretty cool.
So I think
that's like something I was looking for from this rule set, like something new like that. Like, thank you.
Well, it's weird. So in older editions, fast cav can march and shoot. So now they can only move, shoot, move, which is still cool because then you can move out, shoot something, and move back into cover, which is what one of the guys did, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But that means even Tomb King. So all the live stuff where I was like, Tomb King skeleton horse archers suck. No one's going to use the horsemen. They still pretty bad, but at least the archers you can use to move, shoot, move. So it's basically you have horsemen and undead horsemen marching, which is in terms of movement. It's gonna be really
with arrows of SF, so always hitting on 5s.
Yeah, Marshall, definitely give it a watch. Where are the feet at? Yes, okay.
I'm hitting that with the fireball, flammable. Oh, that chaff's going down fast.
You want a list of 100 outriders? Are outriders core?
Pistoliers were.
Pistoliers were.
That's immediately where my head went to, is that if that's a rule that's specific to fast cabs, the reserve movement thing, if that is just a native rule of all fast cabs, then Pistoliers are going to be awesome.
I agree. Not that they need more additions to be good in.
Break of 100 outriders.
Yeah, these guys are hilarious.
Hey, I'm just running 100 Slayer wide line.
I mean, if people think it's going to be bad, it's going to be good. Wait, you're Slayer skirmishers, right? So can't you just be 100 skirmishing?
Yeah,
well, maybe
still
not even
100 wide.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, watch it, Marshall. It's a good one. It's pretty nice. I like how they explain. Yes, they did a great job explaining the rules. Did you see the skirmish scouting Tomb King archers on the basing list? You can have a skirmish scouting archers.
That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
No. He didn't say cavalry. He just said like archers.
Oh, Tomb King.
Are you talking about on foot?
Archers? What?
Well, I think one of the units that the Tomb King player had was a unit of 5 archers. I don't know if they were supposed to be skirmishing or if they were 10 of them and 5 died. But I started and I saw that there were 5 of them. Killed him down to like 1, and then he brought them all back or something weird. I don't know.
The reincarnation looked, or the Raise the Dead looked pretty savage. Like I saw in one of the videos, I saw a guy like just like, yep, there comes the chariot, it's back.
Yeah. I like whatever this guy's name is. He probably just made a thing so he could say it. Fair play to GW. It was in time to cancel pre-orders. I know people that canceled it. I hate to say that, but I know people that canceled their pre-order because the faction they love and loved 10, 15 years ago is potentially going to be suboptimal and not allowed at tournaments and all this stuff. But we don't need to go back to that. But I'm totally down to flame some more. I'm totally down to like it's classic GW. They don't tell us this, and then the day before they throw something in our face and let us
catch like a whole bunch of like legacy armies on the chief now and just like start hoarding again.
That's a good point.
Yes. Yes.
That's a good point.
That's how an old fantasy player. They're always looking to buy old models.
Or who's going to
scaven model into my house? My wife will divorce me.
So. What army is gonna be burnt? What legacy army is gonna be set on fire next?
Well, not Dark Elves. He already built. That guy already burnt his.
I know.
Drew down Mike the Lizard.
drew down. If you go
Mark's lizards.
to, hold on, sorry. I think I just shrink this a little bit.
Meadow chariot.
I'll find it for you.
Chariots have a hard time in the woods. I don't know.
I can just like real life, like I can imagine like being in the woods in a chariot would be terrible. You're just getting like hit by branches. You're trying to like get these horses to stop. You're like bows getting snagged on things. You're like, what are we doing?
So
it's like a cartoon. You get knocked off the back.
It's this group right here. It's Warhammer : the Old World period.
Yeah.
I don't know why the period is there. Probably to distinguish it from the actual GW page. But in here's you can find it. It's actually all over. It's on it's in all the
GW.
Basically every single page you'll be able to find it if you just type in like base sizes GW. It is weird that they released this. I'm surprised. I'm okay with it because people have been wanting it forever. So you know it's cool. Do y'all have any questions? What do y'all want to talk about?
Like the running joke in like most of the what's it called, the forums about just like if anybody wants to stir the pot, like, well, what are the base sizes going to be? Like, shut up, stop saying that.
I'm so tired of people. I'm so tired of seeing those. Honestly, it is.
It's like the people who just don't want to Google.
Hard, man. Google's hard.
I'm one of those sometimes though.
Yeah, but at least do it in like a local chat, not on a page where everyone's posting like 1,000 times.
So it's been cool to look at that base thing and see that there are some new units. I think that's where the Scout Archers came from, but also I guess there's some Chaos Warhound handlers.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Having handlers now is kind of neat. Let's see how
that's a holdout from like previous. Like I'm used to it with the Pack Masters and the Skaven, but like there used to be like dog handlers, and I think even in Historics they had like the Romans had like war dogs or something crazy like that.
I hope to make the handler rules easier to understand because every time I have to fight a handler unit, it makes no sense to me.
Well, it makes perfect sense. You have to randomize your hits to attacks, and if it's this number, but it depends on the percentage of this. So then you got to go ahead and like extrapolate it across D6. Like it makes total sense, dude.
it makes as much sense that I think it'd be an elf thing.
I like what you did in the Discord with like you posted the good elf, the dead elf, and then someone was like, he's not wearing a yellow shirt and it doesn't have an absurdly large gem on his belt. And you were like, 1 sec. Paint. You should put that somewhere. That's funny. People can like that.
Has anyone made movement trays yet? I know you made some, Alex, right?
Yeah, I printed up a couple.
I guess printing's easy. Oh, yeah, let's see that. Bring it closer.
I know you see
Oh,
it. So just 20 squares.
Wait, let me grab mine.
You got some too?
Space in them, so they look like 25s.
Okay.
I can't take credit for the design though. Mac found them, and I just added a bottom to it.
Okay.
It's easier.
I've told people stop basing stuff. You don't know what the optimal place is going to be. Printing is easy. Like that's super easy. You just buy. Oh, it's not the right size. Trash, and you print another one.
I'm selling to the locals $1 a rank, like whatever you need.
Yeah.
Don't pay Etsy prices. Don't pay GW prices.
Yeah.
Like someone near you has a printer and you can do it for cheap.
Well, I think there's an opportunity too to take that and then space and to like base that. So like if you do it correctly, it'll look like you're right. It should be contiguous, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you can just base it like the rest of your army and have it look like a really nice base.
I want to make Peter.
Doing mine like a Sabo base.
Nice.
So I'm keeping all my stuff on 25 mils.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I'm just the edges of the base are going to be wider, so like the actual footprint of the base is the true footprint of the unit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that balsa wood?
Like that.
Or what is that?
Balsa and plasticard. Yeah.
Cool.
So
nice.
Doing it like kind of old school.
That's
but,
classic.
It's pretty simple to make.
That's classic bases right there.
Yeah, and you just
like
texture
that.
the edges, so it'll work out.
Put some grass on it. It'll look great.
Yeah.
And as long as the footprint is actually what it's supposed to be, I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
It'll work out.
Am I wrong, or
Yes.
It measures the trays now, right?
What?
Is it measured to the tray or is it measured to the base?
Who said that? That doesn't make
I
any
feel like I
sense.
saw that in an article.
Is it really? I didn't see that anywhere.
That makes so make your tray like huge so you can get like 2 extra inches in a charge.
I've
my tray has a 3-inch rim around it. Guys.
Did they actually say that? They didn't say that somewhere, did they?
I might be
BSing.
I don't know.
So
Probably.
you're all wrong. Got it.
Probably.
Okay,
That's usually right.
Well, it's always been
It's always been base to base. Not
I've always done
Correct.
base to base, even though the tray is there. But some people do tray to tray. I don't know if it really matters. I guess it does matter because you have to, because some people's trays are thicker.
If you're
than
getting
others.
that close, you got to look at the bases. You know.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's why I do mine. Like you guys have all seen mine. Like mine, I have like the negative footprint movement tray. Like they're all magnetized, but the bases is what I like. The only thing that you can see is the base. It doesn't even look like there is a movement tray.
Yeah.
Just eliminates that as an issue altogether. That's just my particular OCD. But the bases are all grass, so it just sort of looks like they're all kind of floating. I don't know.
Did you see a meadow chariot in the Wood Elves? Is that what he's asking?
Yeah, he asked if they were going to have it.
I mean, that'd be sweet. I always thought that would be cool for them to bring that back. That's from like 3rd edition, but I don't know.
Was that the one that they had in like it was like the 6th edition rulebook? I remember, where it's like an example of like how not to kit bash a unit. There's like the 2 horses with like the blue tack for reins on it. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but it sounds awesome.
Let's see. Like,
I don't see I don't see that chariot. Probably not, because they have to make a new model for it, and they don't want to do that.
Hey, they can just pull out those old molds, dude.
From High Elves would make more sense in the woods if they were going to do a chariot. I think.
Well, I mean, again,
no, and
any kind of chariot in the woods is
hold on. Let me learn this guy something. In the south of Athaloran, there is a meadow, right? So that's where they would train. Like that's where they'd use their
one
cavalry.
meadow.
Yeah, there is. Well, it's pretty large. I mean, it's
one
not a small
place they
meadow.
can use those chariots.
Yeah, basically. No, they have Forest Rider. It's fine. All right, what are y'all talking about in this chat? Y'all are going crazy. Where's the base size? I think I showed you. Don't say that. That was terrible to watch. What was terrible? Crusader, which was terrible? The GW one or the Mini Wargaming? And I know they specifically said Mountain Gaming, I think, is going to be posting stuff tomorrow. So I hope so. Hot take from Benjamin. eBay prices for non-Brett and non-Tomb King core faction armies go up. Non-Brett? Oh, for core factions? Yeah, but aren't all the core factions already... Does GW still make all the core faction armies?
No.
No, Empire.
Dwarf Warriors.
Yeah, but you have to expect them to like re-release.
State troops went away. I think Great Swords went away. Like it's one of the ones I pay attention to. Like a lot of stuff went out of stock. And I was like,
well, Tomb Kings will be back. I'm surprised Beastmen are on here as like a main faction. It's crazy.
Dude, Beastmen are everywhere. It's kind of like the
it's so funny they got included.
Yeah, like I'm just shocked.
Beastmen, but no Skaven.
Yeah, like that's just Beastmen had some things in the lore, but they weren't
Beastmen.
Beastmen were just like the guys you needed to get punched in the face.
It's debatable if there's a Beastman or not.
Yeah, they needed some evil faction to throw into a battle report for the new armies to roast.
Now,
it's like Imperial Guard in every single 40k battle report.
Are Beastmen going to be above 8th edition level? That's the question.
I hope so.
They have to be. God,
bar's pretty low.
The bar is way too low. They need.
Honestly, they deserve it. Have you seen the Chaos Worshippers who like smear shit all over themselves? Like even Chaos doesn't want to own them.
Really?
Yeah, they are kind of the.
They're like, yeah, you guys can do that. Like, stay in the woods, please.
Well, there was one. If you saw on this list, hold on, I'll find it. It talks about Beastmen, and so Beastmen have the Dragon Ogres down here, 50 by 75. So Beastmen are getting Dragon Ogres again, but I don't know if it's under the Warriors of Chaos. If I can find them. What else? Skaven. What else?
Let's see.
Empire.
See if they're in Beast of Chaos.
Hey.
Beast of Chaos, nice book. Yeah, so there's no Dragon Ogres under Warriors of Chaos, under Warriors of Chaos, and it's only under Beastmen, which is interesting.
Dragon Ogres in their last book.
Yeah, but I'm surprised. So did Warriors of Chaos, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they did, because it was definitely a Warriors of Chaos unit.
Yeah, so now they don't have them, at least on this basing list. I mean, maybe they're just
They
whatever.
might
They didn't
they
want to
listed it
double.
once, they don't want to do it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't want to duplicate it. Are
Hell Cannon
Storm
base
Fiends
is
around?
huge.
Or is what still around, Adrian?
Storm Fiends?
They should be because they were in 8th edition and the end time, so they should be
Okay.
here. And they did say
But-
it should be Skaven Legacy list. Cheese board size not
Aw.
included. I
Yeah.
don't see them there. I don't see them on the list.
Have they been invented yet?
Good point.
I don't know.
I
But
think
it said
that's more the
all the models that were available in like end times, and they said they'd be
Is
available.
the Hell
so I don't
Pit?
know why.
Is the Hell Pit on that list?
Oh yeah, 100%. Hell Pit Abomination 60 by 100.
I hope the Hell Pit and cannons work how they used to in 8th edition, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Hey, JP, how atrocious are the Australian prices? Are they pretty gnarly?
I've seen them. They're like 44% higher.
Like even after conversion? Wow.
Like after conversion, you had a 44% surcharge onto it.
Ooh.
We're pretty bad compared to the UK for prices too.
Are we?
Yeah, it's like a 20% markup here.
That's on top of the exchange rate?
If you buy it from a store in the UK, it is about 20% higher in the United States.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
GW still thinks the pound is like $1.75
Mm.
to the dollar.
It's something about like they add in the VAT and all that. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah.
I will agree that if the pricing is that ridiculous for Australia, which has always been the case because shipping it's a lot, I guess it's pricey. But for looking at the prices for the big boxes, they look like great deals. A lot of people are complaining, but if you have half an army plus your rule book, you have to buy an Arcane Journal. But let's just say the Bretonian one, I think the leak was like $250. Let's just say $250, $270 with tax. For basically $500, you can have a full 2,000 point fantasy army. It's a
That's
pretty good deal.
good.
It's a
That's
pretty
pretty
good deal.
good deal.
With
And
it's old models,
New
so
on
people don't
sprue.
like it, but new on sprue too. I mean, and you get like a new model. It's not bad. Like and a whole
Double
rulebook.
Pegasus Lord.
Yeah,
Double
so,
killing blow Lord.
a few people have done comparisons of the price compared to inflation, and really they're
cool.
actually pretty much in line with what you'd expect.
yeah, Drew, you could proxy it as high elves.
Yeah, and I mean,
The
there's
model
still,
is gorgeous. I mean, that Bretonian Lord Pegasus is.
geez,
I was just crying. You're like, oh my god.
it's
a nice
the prettiest GW model I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wait, you said which is the prettiest?
The feet picks,
Oh God, we're back to the feet picks.
not just her
No.
feet, but the whole model
Oh.
in general is just absolutely gorgeous.
I completely agree. I don't know if it's the paint job, but the sculpt on that thing is phenomenal.
Yes. It's
What are these?
beautiful.
Beastmen are squatted from Age of Sigmar in less than a year. Oh, I see what you're saying, Crusader. You think they're going to get rid of Beastmen from Age of Sigmar? Okay.
Didn't they just get an update?
They had a couple like characters. I think new character models released, didn't they?
They got like terrain. I don't keep up with Age of Sigmar. I don't know how long ago that was, but
100 Australian for 3 Grail Knights. Where it's supposedly supposed to be $60 for 3 Grail Knights, which is pricey. $20 a piece. Isn't that what they are on eBay? Like probably $20 a piece, maybe even more. So $20 isn't awful if you're only going off of eBay prices and what people sell them for. But at least they said the Realm Knights on foot and the Tomb Guard are going to be in boxes of 20. That's amazing. And the leak said
That's confirmed.
yeah, that was confirmed by GW on one of their articles.
20
Yeah.
for like an elite unit. That's interesting.
yeah,
20 for
$80
$80
for 20 is. I'll take that. And they're metal.
Wait, what's metal?
No,
Okay.
they're not metal.
No, it's the Grail Knights that are metal. Sorry.
Oh, the Grail Knights. Yeah, not 20 for 80. Oh my
Footnotes of
god.
metal. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, sign me up.
Let's go.
Like, thank you. You did something right.
Cat is double the pound price.
Yeah, I looked
called
it
the
up. So
burger
the $60 US is 89.49 Australian. So yeah, they're getting screwed on that. Sorry, guys.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Thanks, guys.
Well, what's the
I guess
tax
for the
rate?
Aussie guys,
I don't know what the tax rate is there.
I know there was in Thailand. When I lived in Thailand, there's actually a pretty decent Warhammer group community there. I don't know. Maybe check in Thailand. See, it might be it might be less expensive for you guys to fly to Thailand, have a vacation, pick up some boxes of plastic crack, and then come back than pay your normal prices. But
how does Rob know? How does Rob know that Beastmen and Bone Splitters are squatted? Why would Bone Splitters be squatted? That's like a
That's
new
the
army.
No, that's the Savage Orcs.
Oh, sorry, that's Bone Reapers.
You're thinking the Bone Reapers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Why would Savage Orcs be squatted? They are old models unless they release new ones.
How old are they? I have a bunch of Savage Orcs. You get the 10 or 20. I have like 40 of those guys. The ones with like the big. Are you talking about like the ones with the big spear?
No, no.
Spears and the bone drums and
the bow dudes. Benjamin, I think that's right. 3-pack for $20 a night. It's expensive, but that's basically what you can find them now for. So I think I understand why GW picked this time period. I think they saw, and it's okay, I'm okay with it, but they saw the eBay prices for Bretonnians, and they're like, we want to cash in on this. So, like, people are buying the hell out of these Bretonnians online. Let's choose a time period it's leading up to a great time, which is the Great War Against Chaos, and it also makes us a lot of money because Tomb Kings weren't, I don't know how popular they were in 8th edition, but Bretonnians were never super popular. They were popular, but they weren't like Empire popular, right? But 10 years later after the game's over, almost everybody reminisces and is like, man, I wish I had a Bretonnian army like back in the day. They
were the prettiest.
Yeah, they were like the prettiest looking army if you painted them, how like all individually, right? So they are capitalizing as capitalists. They're capitalizing on that nostalgia feel because people our age now have the wallet to at least be able to afford a Bretonnian army. So
that's an interesting point. If you look at it, like we're all that same sort of like we grew up like probably got into this when we were like between 7 to 12 is probably when we were all, and now again we're all there. It'd be interesting how different the world would be if we spent our money on GW stocks instead of toys and then actually got to vote during those quarterly meetings.
Hey, don't make me feel bad about my bad financial decisions, okay? How dare you? I have a wall downstairs that makes me feel sad when I look at it, but it also makes me feel very happy, so it's okay.
A wall. I think you have 4 walls.
It's a wall. It's half a wall. It's not even a whole wall.
Marshall, your house has 4 walls?
He's not a Bretonnian peasant. He got all 4.
Skrilla-Trex and the Bone Brigade. Old sculpts, but they are new productions supposedly, which hopefully means less mold lines, cleaner. Now, Marshall, I think that's correct because, and I think the live stream I did last week, I guess, I wasn't expecting to do this one today. I was gonna like hang out and like play games or like see somebody, whatever. But you saw that the Tomb King's Ushabti Bowmen, it says metal. I don't know if they did that by mistake, but those only ever came out in resin. But now they're being released in metal, pewter, what have you. So does that mean what? I don't even know what I was going with that.
Well, today's article
that is new production.
Them.
It has to be new production, at least for some models, instead of just taking stuff out of the warehouse that's been in there for a decade. So they are newly producing pewter Ushabti Bowmen. So maybe some of these are new, which is great. I'm cool with that.
I mean, if we take GW at their word, today's article said, they actually remastered some things. It's not just that they had old stock that they're trying to move.
I think it's a combination of both.
Well, I don't think they actually had old stock either, though, because I remember calling one time to try to get some of the older stuff when I was like a kid, and saying like, "Oh, do you have like the old boxes or something?" Like, "Oh, no, we melt them down and use them for new plastic."
I could see that if it.
One anecdote, but
Yeah, but was that just one person at GW?
Yeah, that's just the dude I called. He was like, yeah, sorry, no.
That's hard to know because there's so many people that'll message them looking for a rule, like GW looking for a rule, and GW will come back and give you one rule, and then they I don't know. It could be, but probably.
Yep.
That's hard to believe. Why would you melt down good plastic and sell it? That's weird.
You do hear those stories that they have shipping containers full of old stuff that's just like sitting there
Like
that they want to sell.
like the Indiana Jones, like where the Ark of the Covenant is, and just like
it's a warehouse. All right,
Yeah,
guys, let's go to Nottingham.
Well, this guy entropy 2100. Yeah, no, that makes sense. No way they had old stock. It costs to store stuff in the warehouse. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot.
Yeah, but they're
I've been to
$1 billion
Warhammer
company.
World. There is no warehouse where they're all the fantasy models hanging out.
Underground.
What'd you say? I sold about $10,000 of old models last year that I was tired of having, and for fun, I figured out what I paid for them. Yeah, I mean, good job. That's a good profit.
Nice,
That's
well done.
nice ROI.
That's pretty good. You going to Adepticon this year since Heralds of the Empire have announced they're doing? Did they announce the old world? God, I must have missed that. Did they already announce that? Did they announce it? I didn't see that. Hold on, let me check. Crap.
Is that the same group that did the tournament the past couple of years, or is that a different group?
Yeah, that's the same ones.
Okay, well, I'll probably go.
Is that on a Facebook page or is that
when is Adepticon? Is it March?
Yeah.
March is getting
I'll
busy.
go so long as I don't have to play Dark Elves 3 games in a row as High Elves.
Legacy Army, don't worry. Legacy Army, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's Legacy.
Never mind.
Legacy, you won't see him. I am curious if they're going to. Are they going to allow the? Where'd they announce it? I don't see it. Well, let me know if you can send me a link or just post it in the chat or something. I'd like to see. Marshall, I didn't know that. That's cool. I must have missed that. It's on the Adepticon page. Damn it. Okay, fine. So one of y'all read the chat and respond to these guys. I'm gonna find this real quick.
Misspelled there.
Bro, shut up.
Add him to the book. Add him to the book.
Dude, you have so many grudges in that book. It's on Adepticon.
I shouldn't be the one calling out. I misspell stuff all the time. So.
Charity rules. I don't see it, man. Damn. It's on the Adepticon page in the Discord.
So
I know for certain that they melt in trash after 2 years. No way.
It makes sense.
That's what they told me.
I don't believe that for nothing.
It makes sense. I mean,
I believe guilt.
The cost of storing things is too much. Like, you're not going to sell it, have them send it back, like melt it down. But then who do you sell, like,
where is it?
Secondhand pewter to, or like, I guess it doesn't matter
Me.
if it's secondhand or not.
They just recast it.
Sell it to me.
Are there just a bunch of like used to be Grail Knights that are now like pewter mugs and like spoons?
That would make me so sad.
There's a little bit of Grail Knight in every pint of Bugman.
Oh,
I don't see it. I'm gonna have to find it. But
I mean, the plastic definitely though, because you can just grind it, repellet it, and then cast it again. So.
Based on the battle reports that I've seen, and obviously whatever. The old world seems very different from 8th edition. It's basically 6th edition with some additives from 8th and having some cleanup stuff. So the issue I have, like I might run an event at the Richmond Open, which is like May 3rd or 5th or something like that. I think that might be too soon for everyone to actually have a full grasp of the rules, but it would still be cool. We just have a casual event, which is fine.
Yeah.
Or just do WAP.
Yeah. Yeah, or
okay, some of them don't know those rules.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Peter?
I was gonna say just do WAP.
No, the one after that. What'd you say after that?
You could do could do a day tournament for Old World, and you could do I guess a second day tournament. I don't know how long the event is, but if it's a multi-day event, you could do both. But then you're double dutying 2 events, and that's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, you gotta rebase your models in between.
In between at lunch.
Whoever wins day 1 has to TO day 2.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused. I'm perplexed because I got really disheartened when I read this, won't receive any support. And then obviously the amount of shit posting that went online was insane. Like, I'm still going to play the old world. I'm still going to do a demo on Battlegrounds. I still want people to play because it'll still bring in new people just because it's from GW.
Mm-hmm. Then we can convert them.
Honestly, if it turns out being a bad game, or they don't update some of the rules that look like they should be updated for cleaner and more balanced play, yeah, I don't know. I was cautiously optimistic, and now I'm a little bit on the hesitant side to stick with the old world, which kind of sucks. Obviously, if friends want to play and they want to roll some dice with squares, I will 100% do that. You want battle reports? Sure, I will definitely play some. But like, where is my heart? I guess that's more what matters in this instance. Like, where do I actually want to play because it's more enjoyable, the game? Obviously, I'll be able to play with any sorts of person because the players are everywhere, like you fools. I just don't know. I'm neutral now. I was excited and everything, but this right here today brought me to neutral from being like, yeah, let's go. I'm still excited, but it's definitely on the downturn. Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but
well, neutral's a good spot to be in.
Yeah,
any case,
I have to be.
Mhm.
I have to be.
Neutral's a good place to be, and I think I don't know, dude. It doesn't make sense to not. I'm taking the article with a grain of salt. I think I can't believe that the timing of that. Like, is this bait? Maybe not, but I don't know. I guess for what I've seen though too, like, I guess let me ask you this, Blue. Like, based off of the battle reports and stuff you've seen now, like, do the Bretonnians and the Tomb Kings play the way that we think they should?
Yes. Tomb Kings can't march. Bretonnians hit hard with cavalry. I think the problem people are going to have is you basically strike first, which is older editions, which is fine, right? That's fine. Like I said in one of the other lives, it's just how wide you can go and no step up. There's like 2 rules you could get rid of. Put step in back and get rid of the whole what's it called?
Front rank.
The whole front rank. Was it called?
Was that confirmed? Because I mean, the battle reports.
It's in their articles. Like, it says like the whole
multiple times.
God, what's it called? What's it called, guys? It's not the front rank. It's engaged rank or fighting rank. It's called fighting rank. So the whole fighting rank gets to swing. Whole fighting rank.
So I'm 10 wide against a 1 wide unit. Against a 1 cavalry model.
All 10 attacks are swinging at the cavalry. Yeah, you heard me. All 10. So,
players time to shine.
I don't like that. If they just added step up and then got rid of that fighting rank thing, then basically the same amount of attacks would be like effectively close to the same number of attacks would come through. Because let's say the cavalry charges, kills 5, cool, the front rank. If you were 10 wide and you killed 5, there's still 5 there that can swing, great. If you're now only 5 wide, but like multiple deep, you kill the front rank of 5, cool, the 5 that were behind them step up, and still 5 more get to swing. So that seems like a really easy fix. I don't know how, but
Blue, I've always thought about that was like a decent compromise. Yeah, exactly what you said. Like, we have, if you take casualties in your first rank, if you have a second rank, you always include the second rank. Like, everyone can always strike from second rank. So like, you can lose some guys in the front rank, but you still have your second rank attacking all the time.
Sure.
Like, I think that's a pretty fair thing. I mean, it makes it a little bit more like sixth, where it's like you do lose attacks if your guys are getting killed, but you always have that guaranteed second rank to come in and like at least do some damage. A good little middle ground there, I think.
But does the wider formation become your second rank functionally as you go?
Exactly. But see, you don't want to see that. Like,
you don't want to see 30 wide. Big blobs.
Yeah, it's like, it's stupid.
Well, and that's going to be, that might come down to the individual TOs again to make some sort of ruling about what the frontage of units and formations can be, because if I'm going up against, a 30 wide unit of white lions, like, oh, hey, good game, cool, thanks, bye.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that.
Because
Well,
even if you shoot some or
outta
do
here,
some
man.
magic, you're still gonna like get hit by like 20 dudes, like at strength
Yeah.
6 or 5, whatever.
10
so
wide,
And-
3 deep. It starts
and
to
now that-
look weird.
Gilthos is right in chat, charging initiative more important. Yeah, that's great for those armies that get to charge and have innately high initiative.
Says the
elves.
dwarf.
My move 3 in initiative 2 is gonna be real fun.
Well, if you charge at move 3, and they did clarify this, for every inch you get to go from the front rank, you get basically your go +3. So you'll be at initiative 5.
How
Which
many
is-
how many dwarf charges do you see?
Well, you're still charging 2d6, pick the height. It's not many, but I've seen you do it. Now, okay, so hold on, let me read this chat. This is someone said something. There's actually a couple. Hold on, we'll see if I can find it. 1 second.
Yeah.
Imagine 40 dwarf rangers.
Heroes with items is
Yeah.
Hammer.
So this is what okay. So Skarnak. It says Legacy Armies won't be considered legal for tournaments, but I think that's based on the TO. So whoever the TO is going to be like, I don't care. Those are being allowed. Basically, if I'm running an event, I'm not going to have only 9 factions be allowed at the event. That's ridiculous. You're going to have to play the same armies too many times. So no. Andrew, come on down, man. If you want to come learn how to play the old world, it's on the not obviously Andrew below me, but the Andrew in the chat. You can stay home. Okay, you can stay.
Andrew,
home.
you're welcome too.
No, you can stay home.
I'm inviting you.
Well, you
the
guys
world
can.
knows me as Canasty, so it's okay.
Canasty. Come on down. It'll be on the 27th. I think is the scheduled day at Battlegrounds. I believe so. So write that down. Get it. Schedule it. Write it on the calendar. And then y'all, like whoever wants, y'all can like if you don't feel like driving all the way back up, you can crash in my house. I got a full basement. You can whatever. Okay. Hopefully the heart of the play style is very close. I hope so as well. Katie or Canadian Big Mech. What'd you say? Said the GW sided the Legacy PDF armies. Oh wait, no turning will deny them from being played. Exactly. It's like so 5 steps forward, 15 steps back. That's why like my excitement has kind of gone down a little bit. Exactly. Step up comes back. I do not play. Wait, what? Really? Step up comes back. You don't play. So you don't like step up? You'd rather have the wider formations that all get to swing instead of step up? Is your stuff, Andrew, are you flashing down there? What's that like flash? Or is that just like the camera picking up your lights
Me?
weird? Yeah, it just must. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I think I just moved. If I move in a different way. Oh, I
see
just saw it.
You see it?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's weird. I don't know.
Aliens, bro.
Skaven.
FBI coming in.
I don't know.
That's your flashbangs. Flash cannon in the
someone
background.
getting
It's
swatted
GW
on
coming
our
for a
stream.
Skaven collection.
GW!
No.
This is Legacy! We're going to melt it down and make other plastics.
I think the camera focuses on me, and then when I move back.
Well, here,
and
sit
then it,
up.
like, pans
Sit
out.
up or point the camera down a little bit. One of the two.
Fix your posture, bro.
There you go. That's better. Oh, nice sweatshirt. Go Packers. 6th and 7th are better without it. I agree they are better without it. Step up is not back. Correct. But charging and initiative are more important. Did y'all see anything else cool? Okay, so the guy who just made a profile, I guess just to talk, he said just include heroes and stack them with items. Exactly. When the fighting rank was a thing, or is a thing, we schemed, and it's like, okay, let me go 40 or 50 Chaos Warriors wide. That's my entire core unit, right?
Ugh.
And then I just throw, that's 50% of my army. Then I put my other 50% of my army into characters and put them all in that unit. I don't know if characters can make way. I don't know if that was in the battle reports or not. I think they did do it in one where GWs it made way to the right to fight a hero. So does that mean you can just move all your characters, whoosh, throw them all there, and they can just go fight wherever they want, and everyone's going to get to attack? Easy to debuff the unit, but I know there's probably magic spells that let you move really far. So can you what was it, Steed of Shadows or something that lets you move 12 inches or 20 inches or something? So you can throw 40 Chaos Warriors with 6-7 heroes in it. Boom, you're 8 inches away from the enemy's deployment zone. Stuff like that's going to be weird. The question is, do units / models live longer? Are they naturally harder to kill? I feel like 6, they were harder and lived longer and had no step up. Yes, I agree. I think units are actually probably easier to kill because at least for cavalry, there's no mounted, and I think depends on what you're getting hit by because strength 4, you might be get hit by a strength 4 weapon, but there could be no AP on it. So it's like a hand weapon at strength 4, there's no AP, so you just take your regular armor
Unless it
save.
has armor bane, right?
Unless it has armor bane or like -1 armor or something.
So
Yeah,
Cat Ray
that's
just
all.
said models not in base can only make 1 attack. Well,
Right. That's
a lot
correct.
of models only have 1 attack.
Most models only have 1 attack. So it's like
Well, that also stinks because like a strength 4 or 5 chaos warrior with a halberd 10 wide is going to be a lot more effective than like my 10 wide, frenzied plague monks. So that even stinks even more then because now it's not even like I'm getting the full combat potential of whatever that full rank is. You know what I mean?
yeah, but instead of just auto running because you lost so many, you at least get 10 attacks thrown at that unit. So you at least can kill something before you just run. Now plague monks are different because maybe they have a furnace and all this other stuff. But there's ways like if you had a 50, let's say you had a unit of slaves, and let's say you have 5x5, so you have 25 of them. You get charged by most things, you're going to run or at least give ground or whatever.
Yeah, explode.
So what's better, to be 5x5 and get a couple rank bonuses, or be 25 wide and get like 20 attacks back at the unit? So you can either get like +3 ranks, or you get 25 attacks.
25 attacks. I'm gonna
Seems really good.
Myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe this is where we as a community police it by playing with more terrain, more forests, more impassable stuff. So that you
No,
can't
Yeah.
I'm
have
not
these
about that.
Oh,
He's
shut
like,
up, Bretonia.
No, cavalry. No.
That's the worst
that
thing. And when I
becomes
see
the
someone at
limiting
the game
factor.
store and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, what kind of terrain? Like, and they start pulling out all the hedges and little fences, and it's like,
Fences are fine. They look cool. They make the game look better. How dare you?
Of course, you can't run over them.
I know.
and of course they're never put like perpendicular to the table. It's always across the table. Someone likes oh, let's have a hedgerow down.
Hey, I know for a fact Blue played Bretonia against me with perpendicular hedges.
Okay.
You did the Bretonia.
They go right down the...
Yeah, it was a road with hedges down it.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Actually, I really like setting that up. I think it looks sweet. You're trying to fight over the road. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. What did someone else say? If GW wants it to fail, they will make it fail. Otherwise, this gets ridiculous. Stonehorn, I agree. I think TOs will it will be just community FAQs. I hope that that'd be cool if there would be just like a nationwide or worldwide FAQ that everyone could agree on, but it's not going to happen. Just like 40K, everyone's going to have their own iteration.
Everyone's local meta is going to be different.
100%.
We're gonna have an Empire heavy meta, like.
Yeah, no steam tanks.
Always.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, look, another unkillable war altar. Oh.
I know. I quit
I still
1
lose
month.
the
after
unkillable
8th
war
edition.
altar, guys. Come on.
Yeah, 8th
Does
edition
the war
was
altar
very
even
different.
exist at this point?
Yeah,
In
it's
the
in here.
canon?
Yeah.
Is
It's
it?
on the.
Okay.
No Hurricanum though.
Now this will be in. Does Van
Yeah,
Horstman's speculum exist yet?
That I don't know. Empire.
That's the thing that causes the most problems with that particular build.
Oh, Empire. What are you looking for? War altar? Yeah, War altar of Sigmar, 60 by 100.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's there.
6. Oh, god damn it! I gotta.
I know
Pretty good.
everything
How
just
do we-
going up by like 10 millimeters. I'm honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do for those bases that are just going up by 10 millimeters. It's
You're gonna print a footprint edition.
Stick it on
Yeah.
some cardboard.
basically
Get some plastic card, go it up.
8th edition
Yeah.
was fine. End times.
If you
was a
don't want someone to
problem.
print it for you.
8th edition was okay. It was a very different edition from what it used to be. I was not a huge fan of hordes. Magic was extremely powerful and easy to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those
What
are all
happens
fair
if units fall back in
criticisms.
good order over the board edge? They stop or die. They probably die, Ben. I assume if they hit a board edge, you're just dead. I think that would make sense, right? Whenever you
You're like
flee.
fleeing.
Yeah, it's like you flee. You sent me a picture of the Adepticon event. Oh, that's what I just closed. Haha. Okay, thank you. I'll look at that. This is the game of movement. Shut up, Alex. I see you. Yeah, I don't think it's realistic to have 25 wide units. Seems more issues come from. I mean, maybe once the rules come out, it might be okay. it might be okay to do. 25 is not that big. It's basically just takes like one flank.
Let me ask you this though, like how would that work in a multiple combat engagement? Like let's say, you know, two Bretonnian knight units engage a 25 wide unit. Like, okay, I'm super wide. I just got charged by 2 units. Am I taking like 12 and 13 and distributing them? Because that's still good, still okay.
It seems like you could throw all of them at the same unit, right? Because they're all engaged. They're all considered part of the fighting rank.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Fire, essentially.
Well, maybe, because you know you're going to lose combat. You might even lose like 10. You'll probably lose 10 when they swing at you. So, and you know what I noticed? Did they have any hand weapon shield guys in the battle reports? I didn't see them rolling like parry saves, because I think that was 8th edition, right? Didn't they have a parry save?
Was 8th edition.
The GW one had hand weapon. Didn't it have hand weapon shield skeletons? Or the spear shield skeletons?
They were spears. They were spears.
Okay.
But, well, I mean,
they were rolling the regeneration saves. They weren't necessarily.
They're rolling
so
6-7 had what? Hand weapon shield added +1 to your armor save.
Yes, an extra +1 in combat.
Oh, right? Is that what it did?
Yep. Yep. I gave you an extra +1.
But you could also swap, like, say you had a lance of Brett Knights, charge him, hit rear lances, and you could swap weapons after the first round and get that +1 armor save.
Even when you were mounted, you got the +1?
I'm pretty sure you could do that. Yeah, you could switch.
Okay.
Huh.
Because like all the units could switch they could use their hand weapon if they wanted to.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of cool though, because like it helps you with the rubber lance syndrome then, which has always been needed.
It made sense too, because you wouldn't use a lance in close combat after a charge.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the idea.
I think they talk about that in one of the articles when they discuss lances, that you can only use it on the turn you charge. So after you charge, you're switching to a hand weapon.
In the GW battle reports, the Duke charged first round. He used his lance, and then he was using his hand weapon after that. So
that's so bad. Like if you don't, I know you just get stuck.
Yeah.
Ugh, not great. The steam tanks only have special formation coming in the Arcane Journal. Imagine if I have now given you nightmares. With a K. That's funny.
Rhea, you're right. We are studs.
A special formation where you can take like 3 steam tanks. It counts as 1 rare choice or something stupid.
Yes.
Do you even own 3 steam tanks?
Not yet.
He's gonna pull ornaments off the tree and make them into steam tanks.
What's up, Ray92? We are studs. We are 4x6.
Bring a war wagon back.
Studs.
I would love to see a re-release of the war wagon.
That would be cool.
Right?
I don't see it. It's not on their list. So I'm gonna guess yet.
The only steam tank I own is the metal one I bought from Blue a couple years ago. That thing that thing literally broke my pliers trying to assemble it.
I love it.
I saw a video today.
Awful.
Saw a video today of somebody just like they're trying to build the metal Bretonnian trebuchet, and the first like 5 minutes of the video was them just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be working with metal again. Oh man, this brings me back. There's like 15, and they're just like going up there, and then like the remainder of the 20-minute video is them just like grumbling about like how terrible metal was.
I think the worst trebuchet was the if I remember right, the Tomb King's one is even worse.
Oh, the
Screaming Skull.
Yes, I think that one's even worse because it has 2 giant pillars that aren't, at least the Bretonnian one at least has like some support in some areas, but the Tomb King's one is like
down into the base.
Yep, the Tomb King's one is just like straight up, and it has like this little teeny support right here, and that's literally it. It's just like that.
It's harder to pin because it's so thin.
Yeah, it's a piece of crap.
You have to pin metal.
I don't know. I thought the really hard to assemble kits, like the old. I remember having to assemble my buddy's Dark Elf army, like in high school. But he paid me to do it. Okay. And I'm trying to put together the metal Hydra. Oh my god! I was like,
wait, which
heads are falling off?
Which metal Hydra? There's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them. Well, both were pretty hard to assemble. I think.
I think the even older one might have been worse because the heads go really far out. The newer one, at least go like up, but the older one is like
with the little coney heads.
Yeah, there's like only 3 in the old one, and they're all like this. But the new one has like 5, and they're at least up. But it's still really bad. It's still really bad.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if they're gonna have rules for like some of the old Forge World monsters like the Carmine Dragon and stuff like that.
Not for a while. I don't think
I
so.
want it. I have it. I want to use it.
I know. Use it
So
versus me.
cool.
I don't care.
I have to paint it and have an army to use it in.
I think the land ship. Someone said please and land ship. I think the land ship is even after this. It's not even like now because I know. Didn't they say the engineer died like 50 years ago or something? 100 years ago, 200 years ago of the steam tank.
That's not Leonardo da Vinci.
No, it's it's that number.
Leonardo de Miragliano.
Yeah, that's the guy. I think he died like 200 years. Like
did he take the Marienburg land ship? Was that him too?
No.
No.
He made the steam tank though in the Oregon.
Yes, he did.
He made the steam tank.
Well, apparently steam tanks were like What was that the thing? Like the rumor was there was only ever one per province, but
yeah, there's like 12. But now GW's like that's just a rumor. So now we're gonna see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Ben, I agree. I think that is awesome. Stubborn is very interesting. I like how they changed stubborn. How it's just you just fall back in good order on the first time you break. It's not like always your flight leadership. So even a stubborn unit can break. Which is
have we seen any unbreakable?
Other than unstable for like skeletons and stuff, I don't think I've seen well, no, because we've only seen Bretonnians and Tomb Kings. So
yeah,
no unbreakable yet.
Are there any like famous historical beefs between Bretonnia and the Empire around this time?
Like
now I feel like I have to go and like pay attention to like all the timelines that have been in all of the army books for years and years and years.
I would do that if you want to really get into lore. I would look up all, like you said, all the army books and like Grail Pilgrims are unbreakable. Are they really?
That'd be sick.
They were just stubborn. Are they unbreakable now? No way, Pat. Did they release rules for the Grail Pilgrims?
Or did Mini Wargaming use them or something?
No, they didn't use them. No, they just had Men at Arms. What is that flash, man? That is like.
Is it getting you again?
Yeah, it's okay. You're just a bad person. It's fine.
My shoddy electrician work.
Yeah, that's it. Apparently, the Arcane Journal thing has armies consisting of Empire and Bretts. Yeah, I heard that. Was it Mini Wargaming that said that? Has armies consisting of Empire and Bretonnians.
Would that be like the banished Bretonnians though? Would that be like the Border Prince like?
Yes, that would be
okay.
That would be that.
That makes sense. That's kind of cool.
Bretts with Maltas. Mini Wargaming did use. Oh, sorry. Okay,
Bretonnia is based on Rhodesia.
I haven't gotten there yet. It's like, I got like an hour and a half.
Bretonians with fouls.
Scouts.
So
fouls. And little helicopters.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else? Anything else to talk about?
I'm really excited to buy Grail Pilgrims because I think they'll actually be cheaper buying them from GW than buying them on eBay.
I completely agree.
I think they'll be
because they are absurdly expensive on eBay. Oh, quiz book time.
Put your book down. We're going to ask a question. Hey, get your fingers off the keyboard too. No typing and looking.
Middle school hand check.
All right, who wants to go first?
All right, put me up. Put me in, coach.
What? Okay, so we have. I think it's Warrior, Champion, Hero, Lord.
Obviously, Warrior.
You only want a Warrior? Okay. For dwarfs. These are so easy.
Sorry, guys.
What'd you say? Oh, coughing.
No, I'm coughing. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you probably one of the hardest ones of the quiz book. Of the warrior section, because some of these are really easy. Like, what hand weapons do dwarfs prefer? Right, an axe, right? Obviously, or what is the name of dwarf catapults? You know, stuff that's really easy.
Yeah.
So, who is the most famous dwarf brewer of all time?
Come on,
Bugman. Joseph Bugman.
Hey, there you go. Good job.
Man,
that was the hardest of the warrior ones. Those are super easy. Y'all should, if you can find one of these, definitely get one. They're hilarious.
The one you got me was like, how many freckles were on the 14th, 13th council of the, like, it was like ridiculous.
He asked for he just went easy mode, okay? He didn't ask hard mode. Okay, you're up, Andrew. What do you want?
Slayer goes to warrior, you know.
Give me a champion level Skaven question.
Skaven champion, huh?
Oh, I didn't realize it was the difficulty levels.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was like
No.
Oh.
See, I didn't when at the Nova tournament. Okay, so guys, at the Nova tournament, I walked around with this and I just asked warrior, champion, hero, or lord, what do you consider yourself? And then whatever they said, that's what I asked them. So
I was humbled by this exercise.
yes. Wait, what did you want?
I said champion Skaven.
Champion Skaven. All right. Should be in alphabetical order. Skaven. Champion level Skaven.
Wait, hold up real quick. Did you see this guy? I think SquareHammer should play against Mini Wargaming in a battle report for the best Warhammer fantasy channel.
Let's go. Wait,
Sign me up
Warhammer's
for
already
that.
better.
Mini
We gotta go
Wargaming
to-
or Mountain Gaming? Which one do you
Probably
think is
Mountain.
better? Do you think Mini Wargaming is better or Mountain Gaming is better?
Steve is more
play 'em
into the
both.
fantasy. I'll play them
Yeah.
both. But,
Oh man, look at all these
um,
guys. These guys are all ready to challenge. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll throw down my
Summon
players
the
when they come
electric
down
hounds, Blue. Summon the
Ah!
electric hounds. Let's go north.
I got
Some of the
excited. Sorry,
electric
guys.
Hey, you know what? We need to caravan
No problem,
up to
Legend.
Niagara, 4-on-4 fantasy fight.
Let's do it. Okay, so
I'm-
go ahead. Let me find one.
I'm down, is what I'm saying. Let's the next 6
Yeah,
to 9 months. Let's pick a time frame.
yeah.
This is
Who wants to throw down a gauntlet?
the gauntlet. Okay,
Of
I'll
the
ask
duel.
you the hardest question of the
Champion level.
This, in
Oh,
my
no.
opinion, is the hardest. What is the name given to the city in Lustria once infested by clan pestilence?
Oh man, I don't know that one.
Why not?
I flat out don't know that one. I know that pestilence devastated a bunch of the spawning pools and just did all kinds of foul things, but never
Hold on.
memorized which cities they. The Pit of Despair.
That's the
that
Lustria
it?
city? No, that wouldn't be called.
No.
That wouldn't be the name of the Lustria city.
Oh, well, I also can't read, so it's like probably like Zalaxatana Laka 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 or something. I can't.
Hey, that's probably right. It's Quetzal. Quetzal.
Think you're right.
Oh,
Quetzal.
It's
That's what I
a new
said.
Taco Bell $5 box.
see, this is it. Like, this is. I don't know if this is just me.
Charles is gonna fall again.
Confessions of a borderline illiterate, but like,
Me too,
I'll
Mark.
look at a word and then like I won't know how it like sounds, and I'll just like I'm just gonna make up a sound. I'll be like, and like that's just how I like read those letters together forever, and not ever worry about it. Maybe that's just me.
Hey, it's a great story. Peter,
Cool
you're up.
story,
What do you got,
Hansel.
buddy? What
Give me
what do you
a
want?
Lord level Bretonian.
Lord level Bretonian. Oh boy,
Oh.
you're gonna
Ouch.
no cheating. No cheating. Lord
How
level
many
Bretonian.
baguettes did
No cheating.
the Grail,
Yeah,
the
that
Lady of the Lake?
that
use
won't help
on
you
a
because this
baguette?
is a older edition. It's not gonna help.
What is the Lady of the Lake OnlyFans
Surname.
username?
What is her OnlyFans profile?
Bubble Queen 87.
Oh my god. Lord
How much
section.
do her
Where's
feet pics
Bretonian?
cost?
There it is.
Sugar beet.
Okay. This is gonna be. Let's see. I think I asked you that one already.
You've asked me one or two of them, so
Yeah, I think I asked you like how many peasants had been knighted before him. I think I asked you that one, maybe. I asked you this one, which river flows into Mausoleum. I asked you that one.
Bruce Murray.
Yep. Did I ask you about Ricard of Rascard?
No, you didn't.
He was a famous Grail knight. What was an odd appearance? No, what was odd about his appearance in battle? About his appearance in battle?
Glowing eyes.
I think I have asked you that one because I think you got that right.
Because I got it right.
Yeah,
It was a
I think
woman.
so.
It was the
You say it
squires
was a woman.
chasing him, banging coconuts together.
I think that's correct. Without even me looking, you saying that makes me realize. Yeah, his eyes glowed. Yeah, okay. I've asked you that one. Doesn't count.
Do that or regen.
What childhood experience earned Carlund, the first Duke of Coron, or not Coron? How do you pronounce that? Couronne.
Yeah.
Brown?
What
Corona?
was his childhood experience that earned him his heraldry?
Ooh, that's hard because I know that every
That's so tough. Hey, whoa! You're typing. I hear that. Okay,
That's me. I'm double checking.
I'll tell you. Slaying and skinning a lion that attacked him and his brother.
Wow.
Impressive.
I was gonna say, I thought if it was Carcassonne, every child is made to grasp the sword of Carcassonne as their birthright. But that's not Quran.
Tetanus shots in Bretonia. That sounds like a terrible.
Yeah, right.
Have all these little lockjaw like president.
Everyone has to lick the magic doorknob.
All right, give me one more. Give me one more.
Okay, all right. One more, and then we're done. You still want a Lord? I'll go to the second Lord section of.
Anything.
I could, you know what? I could do a general knowledge one of Lord level and see who gets it.
Oh, buzzer beater.
Yeah, we'll do
buzzer
that.
beater. Yeah. Let's do that.
Ooh, in the original Warhammer games, there were 5 different alignments. Name them. Y'all are so done.
Yeah. Order.
Chaos, order, destruction, undead, elf.
Elven. Yeah. Indifferent.
I know undead
Order.
was one. That's all I know.
Where is it?
Forces of destruction, forces of order, forces of chaos, undead.
Where the hell? And there's Black Library questions in here. Those are like.
Oh man, those are impossible.
Y'all should get this. This is kind of easy if you play.
Yeah,
D&D.
but then I would know all the answers, and you couldn't ask me them anymore.
Forces of neutrality. I mean,
That's true. All right, so it's law, not lawful, but law,
okay.
Good, neutral, evil, and chaos.
Oh, so it's just like D&D.
Yeah.
It's
honestly.
It's it was the 90s.
Wasn't
Wasn't
that the story
80s.
though?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I thought it was gonna be a little bit more complex than that.
Wasn't that the whole thing? Like GW was like the exclusive distributor of Dungeons and Dragons in the UK, and then that's how Warhammer
They used to make
Fantasy
D&D
role
minis.
playing.
So
yeah,
my father-in-law was old school RPG guy, and he hates Games Workshop passionately
really
for what they did to role-playing games.
Dang.
Really?
Yes.
They started using D10s.
Well, yeah, he has like these books that are like D6 books, but yeah, because of how they kind of monopolized the miniatures and rule things, and then shifted into wargaming instead of being role playing. Yeah, he really does not like Games Workshop.
But I mean, was there like was there ever like a you don't? I don't understand that though. And maybe I wasn't there when it was happening, but you know like I never saw. I feel like Warhammer just sort of like Warhammer definitely was spawned around the energy that Dungeons and Dragons created, but like it was morphed into its own thing.
Yeah,
like, it was not. It didn't like pull the rest of like RPGs and stuff with it necessarily.
I think it's more of it split things a little bit. Probably.
Oh, well, yeah, capitalism.
Well, I know some of the, I think it was from Rusty's experience, like he would say that you could have a Chaos Warrior and he just somehow gets a rocket launcher, like crazy stuff depending on what you roll. So it was very different back in the day.
There's the old school wizard with a submachine gun.
Yes.
Which I have an STL for that one. So.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. That was about 2 hours of talking. Please like and subscribe to the stream. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a little bloop bloop, and you're keep in touch with like when we do other events and when I post battle reports for the old world. And when I go on the 27th and I do the, I'm going to try and live stream that as best I can too. So keep aware for that. Go watch the GW battle report because it's free on YouTube now. And then you can also go watch the mini wargaming battle report that they just released today. It's about 2.5 hours. And then Mountain Gaming, and I'm sure other people are posting a whole bunch of new content tomorrow. So if you want, what's up, Ray? Thanks, guys. If you want to be aware of what's going on and see like all the boxes and everything, people are going to be posting like crazy tomorrow. So just keep on that. Andrew, Alex, Peter, thanks for joining. Hope I see y'all soon. We roll some dice. Want some games set up. So good night, guys.
Come to your house tomorrow. I'm going to find
Thanks,
a box.
Blue.
Of
I mean, if people just show up, I can't really stop them from just coming in. So it's, you know.
You did start to shoot me one time, so.
I would love.
Virginia's a stand your ground state,
there's
bro.
no threat here. Ray,
Ooh.
what'd you say? Stand your ground? Jeez. Ray, I would love to do a.
This nice man just gave you a tip, Blue.
I got some dollars. What'd I get?
You got $5.
Woo!
Wait, go,
No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just tired now. Thanks, dude.
Live?
I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching.
We are.
And thanks for chatting with us. I'll keep this going, and we'll keep talking every once in a while. So, good night, boys. Good night, fellas.
See y'all.
See you guys. Thanks, everyone.
We done? Let me know when we're like